All right, folks, let's get this party started this morning. Again, welcome everyone. As you can tell, we have people literally from all over the world. Guys, I can tell you I'm excited this morning, and I'll tell you why here briefly, guys. We are literally on fire. For all of you that know my story, I've been blessed. I've been in this industry now for 30 years, and all of that time I've been in the industry full time, meaning I've made all of my income from the network marketing industry. And what happened literally was a few years ago, I was involved with a company
Recording
with
in
Ben.
progress.
I was involved in a company with Ben Glinsky called Skinny Body Care, and we actually exploded that company. We went from literally from ground zero to building a small empire. We created in that company literally 12 millionaires, and we had hundreds of people earning over six figures in yearly residual income. And what happened, for you guys that don't know the story, aren't plugging in, Ben walked away from the industry. He was burnt out. He felt that we were literally ripping people off in this industry. And what I mean by that is what these companies were doing and are doing. And it's the model. We've been doing it for 30 years. Nothing's changed. Where you take a product, you jack it up, and you put what's called volume into that product. And what happens is people go out here and we would end up telling them what we call front end packages, where people would pay a huge amount of money to get a lot of products, and then they'd be on something called an auto ship. And Ben was explaining to me how these companies were literally paying 10 cents on the dollar for these products, and they had to mark them up just to be able to pay commissions out. So Ben walked away from the industry. I got out of the industry. And nothing was working out there. I hopped around from companies to company. I did about 3 companies. Got involved in the credit repair industry. Got back involved in the travel industry, and I joined a nutrition company. And it was the same story. I'm a recruiter. I mean, I build. I can't make another income, so my only end source comes from this industry. Meaning, it's not just a side gig to me; it's my life. And each of these companies I would join, because I could recruit so many people so fast, I would rise to the top of every company I got involved in. I would get the title, I would make the income, but the problem was always the same. Every month, at the end of the month, I was having to beg my downline to stay active. And what do I mean by staying active? They would have to pay that auto ship. And if they didn't pay that auto ship, I would lose rank. So I got into a situation where I would literally have to pay people's auto ships just to keep my rank. So I'd end up spending a few $100s just to make a few $1,000s. And it just gets old, and the industry needed to change. And just over a year ago, Ben hit me up online. He said, "Tim, I'm coming back in." Now, because it was Ben, it was a no-brainer. I'm in. Just sign me up. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. And he started to explain to me this membership model thing. And he said, what we're going to do is we're not going to mark these products up. We're going to keep them at the wholesale cost and allow people like Costco to buy a membership. And he explained to me, he said, it's not a whole lot of money in this, but we can change this industry forever. Me being who I am, I like game changers. I like to be different. I like to beat the odds. And I said, okay, I'm in. And we went out there and, we put about 2,500 people in the first 6 months. And that was it. I mean, there was no money in it. I mean, I was getting weekly checks, a couple $100 here, $100 there, $40 here and there, because it didn't have the matrix, that we weren't international, and we didn't have the compensation plan we have with these generational matching bonuses. Well, back in December of last year, Ben hits me up and said, you know what, we're going to turn this thing on because this thing is absolutely working. And on December the 23rd, we hit the switch. And we turned on the marketing system. We went international, and we put in the Powerline marketing system. And guys, the rest is absolute history. Let me give you some numbers real quick, because you really need to know your numbers, guys. This has never been done before in the history of network marketing. I'm not here to bash other companies, to talk about other companies, but there is no company in this industry that can come close to what we're doing. Now, remember, we're only 9 months into this. We're only 9 months. We're a baby right now. I mean, we are literally just getting started. But get this, last week alone, I want to stress this, last week, not last month, not last year, last week ending on the 9th, guys, 4,515 people became bronze. That means over 4,500 people made all of their initial investment back. They have no auto ship. They can buy products when they want, because they want. They're not forced to, and they're in the black. They're in profit. The industry average across the board, doesn't matter what company it is, the average is about 5% of people in this industry make enough money to break even. Here we are producing over 4,500 people last week alone that went bronze. And I can't stress it enough. You guys want to focus on going bronze. Get to, help to, repeat. Let me say that again. What we all must focus on is getting to, helping to, and repeating that process over and over. Not waiting on spillover, not waiting on your upline to do all the work and the heavy lifting. We want everybody to focus on get to, help those to repeat that, and you repeat over and over until you go diamond. Because diamond is the sweet spot, guys. If you're looking to create a full-time, six-figure a year income, diamond is what you want to focus on. And you're not going to go diamond by waiting on spillover. Okay? Now, if you're in this company just to get spillover, let me explain this real quick, okay, before I turn this call over. Spillover comes from the activity of the people above you in the matrix, okay? On each person that falls below you in that matrix, you earn 25 cents per person, okay? That matrix fills up 10 levels. That could be over $2,000 a month. Can you make $2,000 a month in this company doing absolutely nothing? The answer is unequivocally absolutely. Okay? Absolutely.
No, my interest.
Okay, somebody wants to mute out. Mute out, please. Okay, so yes, so nobody is false advertising, nobody's hyping it up, nobody's lying. When they're posting, you can earn up to $2,047 a month without sponsoring. That is absolutely true. Nowhere does anyone ever say you're going to earn $2,000 a month your first month, or your second month, or your first year, because we don't control that, because you are relying on your upline to do all of the heavy lifting for you. Also, once you study the compensation plan, understand that all spillover will go weak side. What do I mean by that? Well, if I sponsor someone, it's going to go into the matrix underneath the next available position. That position is going to fall below someone that probably hadn't done anything. So what happens is a lot of that spillover is going to the weaker side, because the other legs, the people that are building, that are not waiting on spillover and understand these generational matching bonuses, that's where the money is. The money in this pay plan. You want to earn a full-time income, you want to focus on getting the generational matching. That means you can not only earn a match on every person in your organization, you can go unlimited levels deep. That simply means somebody, let me give you an example. Somebody could join this company tomorrow, let's say in Poland, and that person can be on my 1,000th level of that matrix. Because of the generational matching, I am going to match that person on my 1,000th generation, that level. I'm going to match that person up to 5 generations to diamond. Guys, log into your back office, go to the compensation plan and watch that video. If you don't understand it, watch it again. You don't get it, watch it again. Just watch it over and over until it sinks in. The money in this pay plan is not in the matrix. The money in our compensation plan is the generational matching. For instance, we just put in 4,500 bronzes. We're averaging over 4,500 bronzes week over week. So everybody can get to. If we have over 4,500 people doing it week over week, we know everybody can get to. No excuses. But do you realize on that 4,500 bronzes that I get to match 4,500 check every single month? That's insane. Now it gets crazy. 526 silvers last week. These are people that have an organization of over 20 people. That's week over week. 85 golds. That's over 100 people in their organization, folks. 13 platinums. Remember, this is weekly. 13 platinums. That means 13 people are in the range of anywhere from $2,000 to over $10,000 a month last week alone. There's no company in this, nowhere near this industry is coming close to that. Listen to this, 3 new diamonds. That's 6 figures. Okay, now some people do it faster than others. And you don't have to, I'm gonna give you this morning, guys. The money. Okay, we're talking the money here. When we do these trainings, we talk about the money, okay, that can be earned. That's why y'all here. That's why you joined the network marketing company, okay? Now, if you're here just for the byproduct and save money, that's awesome, but you probably wouldn't be on this training this morning. The big money in this is duplication, okay? Don't let that leaderboard fool you. Just because people's names are high up on that leaderboard does not equate to being top earners in this company. Okay, now I'm gonna get tricky here. Be careful. Don't use that leaderboard as your guide. Okay, we have people that are sponsored over 100 people. We have people that sponsored over 500 people. That does not relate or have anything to do with the money earned. Okay, we have people like Christopher Hopkins. This gentleman, he just signed up, I believe, his 41st person. That's it. The guy's a diamond, and he's approaching $30,000 a month. And he's only personally sponsored 41 people, not the 500 you see on the leaderboard. I think one guy on there is 1,000 people on the leaderboard. That's awesome. But it's about helping people. I'm going to repeat. Get to, help to, repeat that process over and over and over again. Become a spillover creator and not a waiter, because you're going to get generational mansion, unlimited levels deep as you rank up. Rank up to bank up, okay? You don't want to be in the chat groups asking, when am I going to get spillover? Guys, we don't control that, okay? But ask yourself this. If someone creates spillover for you, are you going to reciprocate that and give spillover to them? Because how can they win? For instance, if I signed up somebody today and they fell under you in the matrix, congratulations. But is it fair to that person that I put in that fell under you in the matrix to not get spillover from you? Because now they've fallen under you. And if everybody's sitting here waiting on a matrix money, that's great. We love you. Just stay active. Keep your membership. Okay? Because over time, this is going to grow, because we're headed to 1 million members this year, with or without you. I'm just going to be honest. This company is growing. Put it this way. We are the fastest growing network marketing company in the history of network marketing. There is nothing out there that comes close to our compensation plan. So if you have people, maybe your upline, maybe your sponsor, a couple of hints I'm going to give you this morning. Okay, number one is never change sponsors. Even if your sponsor quits, he's out there working other deals, never, ever try to change sponsor. I know the slick stuff that goes on. The worst thing you could ever do is lose your position in that matrix at the highest position you're in, regardless of who sponsored you, because this is not a sponsor-driven company. It doesn't matter. Guys, I don't have an upline. I don't get spillover. Okay? I don't have any spill, nor do I want any, because I understand the generational matching in this compensation plan. And there are a lot of companies out there right now that bash us badly, but now they're eating crow. Now they're out here trying to duplicate us and copy us. You'll see power lines and you get in, you don't have to do nothing, make all this money, and matrix. They don't understand there's no money in it. It's no money in it. Can a person make a full-time income in that deal? No. Here in LiveGood, you can make a full-time income starting right now today. Right now today. How do you do it? You go wide. You sponsor. You get $25 per person on a $50 enrollment. Okay? But that's just the beginning. Guys, do you realize you get 9 levels of pay on every fast start? That means every person you sign up, when they sign somebody up, you get paid. When those people sign people up, you get paid. 10 levels deep. That pays weekly. That's the weekly checks. 10 levels. Has nothing to do with that back end. Then you fool around there and you let that back end grow and you rank up to bank up. Why? You want the generational matches, and it develops itself and it grows and it grows. Nobody ever said network marketing was get rich quick. I don't even know where that mess started. Get in, do nothing, all this nonsense. The truth to the matter is you put in the work, you get rewarded for it. You know, I'm not here to tell my story to you guys this morning, but a year ago today, literally a year ago today, I was 2 feet from being homeless. This time next month, I was living in a homeless shelter. So I know what's possible. But you want to get to, help to, and just keep repeating that. Get your people plugged in. When you sign somebody up, what do? You just got to sign up. You're excited. No, you got to be excited for that brand new rep. Are you plugging them into a chat group? Are you plugging them into a group? Are you inviting them to the calls? Are they on this Saturday morning training? How many distributors have you signed up that are not on this training this morning? And don't say, Tim, no. Is it going to be recorded? I listen to it, all that stuff. Guys, we have people on this call right now from Poland. We have people on this call right now in Africa. We have people on this call from all over this country. You know, I always tell people, winners find a way. Winners find a way. You know, if you guys have a job out there and your job said, hey, you got to get certified in your position, training's going to be Saturday from noon to 3 o'clock. I bet you'll find a way to be there from noon to 3 o'clock to get your certification. You know, I can't guarantee we're going to record calls. I'm not the biggest fan of recorded calls anyways. If you want it bad enough, you know, you got to make sacrifices. Now, I'm sitting here moving next week. And then next weekend, guys, if you can make it, we're going to be in Palm Springs, California. Make sure you get with Trisha Costa on that if you plan on being there. Get your ticket, and I look forward to meeting you all and seeing you all. Now, I get this one all the time. Tim, when are y'all going to do a meeting here? Never. See, we go to meetings. Meetings don't come to us. Think about that for a minute. Meetings don't come to you. We get to meetings. Think about that. If you're serious about earning 6 figures, if you want to get to a level, you know, I'm on the other side of the money now. This is insane. And I want all of you to experience that and have that. But it's not just about me. See, one thing we do different here in LiveGood, I'll give you another example that passed this call over. I'm kind of transitioning here, but how many network marketing companies have you guys ever been in? You ever notice when you get on the Zooms, it's always the same speaker, it's always the same host, it's always the same leader that's driving it? Because that leader probably got a deal? Because that leader is an excellent speaker? But where do you get on calls every week and you're being trained by the best of the best throughout the company? See, that's what we do here in LiveGood. It's not about me. I can sit here and talk for 2 or 3 hours. It's not about me. It's about helping each other win. That's what I love about this company is everybody's pitching in here, helping everybody, regardless of team, regardless of sideline, upline. But that's why you got to get in, plug in, and you got to stay here long enough to let this thing grow. Now, there was a young lady I happened to meet in that last company I was in. Had never done network marketing. I know she was going to tell her story. But folks, this young lady had nothing. Nothing. And that's why I love working with people that come from nothing. They come from the dirt. That understand the pain and what it takes to win. You know, some of the worst people to work with are the people that have jobs, good jobs, because they're comfortable. See, no matter what, some of you guys, your rent's going to get paid this month because you got a good job. You're comfortable. So it's nothing for you to expand because you're not in the dirt. You don't feel the pain. You don't know what it feels like to be homeless. You don't know what it feels like to have to, you'll hear this story in a minute, of having to sell your last piece of furniture in front of your kids, to have nothing. And to get involved in an industry that can change your life. Because I watched this young lady, and I don't like to say come from the dirt, but come from the dirt, had nothing, and watched her literally in months go from zero to hero. Go from zero to hero. I watched this lady go from nothing to earning millions of dollars in this industry. Now, as I pass this call over, I want to make this clear because we get caught up sometimes. People say, well, Tim, you got in early. Well, this young lady you're about to meet, it took her some time. I let her tell a story. She didn't join when I joined, okay? She didn't join early. She didn't get a position. Nobody paid her to come over here. I remember talking to her over a year ago. She was involved in another company. I didn't beat her up. I didn't bash her. She was doing her thing. She was happy. But you never know what's going to come around when you treat people right. Now, I get out there, I get in my battles with people sometimes, because one thing you're not going to do is disrespect me or this company. Okay? But I watched this young lady earn millions of dollars in this industry, and now has become a part of LiveGood and is tearing this thing up. Now, I'm going to reach out to her right now, guys. You want to take notes, you listen to her pour out from her heart. She's brought some of her team with her to share and pour out to you guys. So let me reach out right now. Before I do that, guys, please, if you can, meet me in Palm Springs next week. It's going to be awesome. The lineup is just amazing. Come learn. Let's have some fun. Let's shake hands, kiss babies, get to know each other as we build this thing big. Guys, we're headed to 1 million members this year. We're sitting on 700,000 members right now. We will do 1 million by Christmas. You are all a part of something big, but I beg you, go out there, get to, help to, and repeat that over and over until diamond. But let me take it to my good friend who has now moved to Florida. Courtney Looper, I gave you host code. The call is all yours. I'm going to get silent and sit back. I'm going to take notes and looking forward to what you have to share.
Hello, hello. Oh my gosh, Tim. I'm nervous. Listen, 10 years I've been in this industry and I still get so much anxiety and get nervous, but every time I just pray to God and ask him to give me the right words to say. So I really want to bring y'all like some tactics and things that you can do to build your following. I know you're bringing up like where I've come from. So if you want me to talk about that for a couple of minutes, I can. Like, or do you want, y'all tell me what you want. Like, do you want some tactics or do you want to hear a little bit about where my journey, or what do y'all want to hear? Like, I don't know where to go now. Tim. He didn't say anything. Both? Okay. Just really quick then. You know what? Okay. So 11 years ago, around September, November of 2012, I was in the worst shape of my life. Like financially, I was a mess. I was about to lose my house. I was facing my 4th eviction. You know, Christmas was coming. I didn't have money. Like I went through years and years as a single mom of struggle. And listen, I quit school my senior year of high school. So I was already going through life feeling like a failure. I felt like I failed at that point, and that was just my destiny, right? As much as I got up and tried, like it was just a struggle. But I still got up and tried, right? I still prayed and I still got up and tried. And it came to the point where in December of 2012, even after losing my car, our Christmas was a $100 gift card that someone anonymously donated to my son's school. We think it was his swim coach, but we don't know. They saved us that year for sure. And I knew network marketing. I'd heard of it. My parents had been in a lot of businesses, and I never saw them have success. It really seemed the only people having success were people that knew the owners, right? It's like you had to know somebody to have success. And so that kind of swayed me away from it. Like, I really wasn't interested. And I would have a sales job and be the top salesperson, right? And then I'd have to hear my dad tell me, oh my gosh, you're making them millions of dollars. Just work for yourself, right? So listen, I ended up deciding around March 2nd of 2013 that it was not intentional. Like, I had a girl on Facebook promoting a product on Facebook, and I'm like, I want to buy this. The girl talked me into selling this product, and before I know it, I'm in a network marketing company. I didn't want to do this. She was like, maybe you'll just earn enough to buy your products. And it happened. So I'm sitting here, trying to make enough money to pay for my products, working my regular job, at the time studying to get my health insurance license, health and life insurance license. And then this company came along. I'm struggling. Listen, 2 weeks after I got in the company, they had an event in Dallas. And I'm like, it's an hour from my house. I lived in Fort Worth at the time. And I'm like, I got to go to this event. And my dad, all he was saying to me is like, are you crazy? You can't afford to miss work, right? You're going to go to some event. And I was like, I don't know. Something in my gut is telling me I need to go. Right. And even though I'd never had success or done this, and I was struggling, y'all. Like, listen, my landlord was waiting for 3 months of rent. And at that point, I had already sold my couch and my kitchen table to someone on a buy-sell trade group on Facebook. Do you know what it's like to see someone carrying out your kitchen table and your son to ask, Mom, what are we going to do? Like, these people are taking our stuff, right? My son is a senior in high school, and I'm feeling more like a failure, but holding my head up because I'm like, I've got to just keep going. I have to keep going. Like, my gut just told me you can't give up, because if you give up, that means you fail. That's the only way you will fail, is if you give up. So I'm like, you know what? I've got to go to this event. Something is telling me to go. I go to that event. I meet Ben Glinsky. I meet Tim Miller. I walk up to them and him 2 weeks into the business. And listen, before this, and even at this event, I had no confidence. If you were talking to me, I couldn't even look you in the eyes. I felt so worthless. I felt so worthless because I spent years of my life in physical and mental abusive relationships. I even stayed in a battered women's shelter with my kids on 2 different occasions. So I was called worthless and I felt worthless, right? But I went into this thing that day and I just knew I was going to change my life when I saw these people standing on stage saying they did it. They did it. And it gave me that confidence that day. It's like, you know what? If that girl can do it, I know I can do it. So I went into that event that day, and that was in March of 2013. And I'm telling you, April of 2013, the end of April, I got down on my knees in a chair, the only chair I had in my living room because I'd sold everything else. And I gave it all to God. I was like, I'm putting it all at your feet, and I'm going to get up and I'm just going to build my business, right? I'm just going to build my business. I gave my landlord some more money from selling my furniture. And I stood up after that prayer and I was like, you know what? My worries were gone. I'd already put it at his feet. My worries were gone, and I was all in. I'm telling you, 2 days later, after that prayer and giving it all to him, my life changed. I had a post go viral on Facebook, and I made, by that was April of 2013. By September of 2013, I paid cash from my landlord to buy my house. The house that he was going to evict me from. He didn't want to evict me from. He ended up telling me, Courtney, I want to sell you this house. I paid cash for that home, the first home I ever bought in my entire life. I was 37 well, at that time, 38 years old, and I was able to buy that home cash. So I'm telling you, it works. And Ben Glinsky is amazing. This is why I joined LiveGood. I was in another company, like Tim said, but after I just kept seeing everything, and my gut told me, Courtney, you can't worry that you didn't get in when he first opened the doors, right? Because listen, when I got into skinny body care, it was 2 years after they opened the doors. So if you don't get in at the beginning, you're still good. You can still do it, right? It was 2 years in. And listen, so I decided, my gut told me to go. So I ran with LiveGood. And guess what happens when you run? You attract other people that run. And so I've been so blessed and grateful. I can't wait till after I talk to y'all about some of the things that I do in my business, that I can introduce you to my amazing team, because this is what happens when you run. People want to run with people that are excited and running also. You can't expect people to get excited about the business or about joining you if you're sitting there every day looking and feeling like Eeyore. You want to join my business? You think you might be interested? You want to check this out? Or, oh my gosh, you have to jump in right now. Like, who do you want to join, right? You want to join someone that is excited. So you've got to get excited about your business. You got to get excited about the opportunity that is here for you right now. Quit saying, I wish I would have joined when they first started. You didn't. But you're in now. Don't waste another day wishing. You get in, and you if you have been in for a few months and you haven't been working, this is your sign right now. Courtney got in skinny body care 2 years after it started, and she still made $1 million within the first 2 years. By 2015, I had made $1 million. So I'm telling you, you can still do this. You can do this no matter when you started. So let me go on and move on to something that I do daily to build my business. And it's about building, for me, and what I have found out of doing this for since 2013 is you've got to build your following, and you've got to love on your following. So something I do every single day in my business is we do a power hour. And I'm going to show y'all how we do this. I'm not going to go through like a whole hour of this, but I'm just going to brief y'all, and I'm going to give you, so be prepared to take some screenshots, because I have it all typed out here, and it's going to tell you how every single day you can do a power hour in your business and build your following. And my following, I've built it from literally 600 friends to almost 2 million followers. So listen, this does work. Okay, it does work. And the more people that are following you, listen, the more people are going to see your stuff, right? That's what you want. So let's go on to that. If you're getting some value out of this, or you're excited, or you're ready to relaunch your business, please put in the comments that you're excited. Like, let me know that you're excited about this. Thank you so much. Okay, so let me go ahead. I'm going to share my screen here, and we're going to go through what I do in a power hour. Again, be prepared to take some screenshots here. Hopefully y'all can see my screen. Can y'all comment? Yes. I don't know. Hopefully y'all can see my screen here. So, power hour. I'm just going to go through these real quick. So, this is what power hour is. Just in basic terms, power hour is a 1 hour time period that I get on with my team. And for that 1 hour, we do income producing activities. We do activities that build our followings. We do activities to love on people, right? Basic things that you can do in your business, and things that I have done, again, to build my following to almost 2 million people. So again, this is what Power Hour is. To me, it feels like a mastermind every day. I love it. I encourage you with your team to start doing a Power Hour. It's 1 hour a day, and we actually only do it 4 days a week. So this is exactly what it is. And now we're going to go over what we do on the Power Hour. The first thing we do is we do our gratitude, goal, and congratulations. We write down the 3 things you're grateful for. It sets off the tone for our whole Power Hour. You want to be in that abundance mode when you start your Power Hour. The second thing we do is we write down our 3 goals. What do you want to accomplish today before your head hits the pillow? Again, focus on what you can control. Keep your goals activity focused. Example, I'll make 12 new connections today during Power Hour. And then again, the last thing we do is a congratulatory statement. Listen, we don't congratulate ourselves enough, right? Growing up and everything else, congratulations, we don't do this enough. Every day, you're going to make a congratulatory statement to yourself. Think about something you did that you're proud of. Maybe you went live and you stepped out of your comfort zone. Maybe you got your first pre-enrollee. Whatever that is, congratulate yourself. Write it down. Listen, what you write, you invite. I'm a big fan of writing things down in my business. Okay, the second thing we do on Power Hour is, let's see, our happy birthday messages. Okay, happy birthdays. Most people think, oh, I'm going to go to their Facebook page and write happy birthday. Listen, everybody does that. You're on their Facebook with 500 other people saying happy birthday. Your happy birthday, I mean, as much as your intentions are good, it's really not special, right? If you want it to be special, you get in their messenger. Listen, relationships are built in Messenger, and this is an opportunity to connect. Now, to find birthdays, go to your Facebook search bar, type in birthdays. It's going to bring up everyone that's had a birthday in the last few days, everyone that's having a birthday, and your current birthdays, right? Also, what I love about this is it gives you a chance to go through your friends list. Listen, on Facebook, some people leave Facebook, some people, move on to their second home, whatever it is, there may not be active anymore. This gives you a chance when you go to their birthdays. What I personally do is I go to their page first and make sure they're still active. If they're not, I unfriend them. That space, 5,000 may seem like a lot of friends, but it's not a lot. Listen, that space is precious. So use that time every day. It takes a couple of minutes to just go through those birthdays and check out those pages. So, and again, happy birthday messages it's a simple task, but I'm telling you, you start doing this, you're going to see a difference in your algorithm. You will definitely see a difference. These people are also going to start seeing you on Facebook again. You may have been hidden. They're going to start seeing your stuff. It helps your algorithm. So again, screenshot that if you need that for later. Next, we're going to move on to commenting on Facebook posts. Okay, so how many of us complain that nobody's commenting on our stuff? Nobody likes our stuff. Nobody sees our stuff. You got to give love if you want love. You cannot be sitting here saying nobody's loving on my stuff when you're not loving on theirs, or the only people you're loving on or are other affiliates, right? You've got to move out of that. You've got to go find 10 prospects every day that you can go to one of their Facebook pages and go love on one of their posts. The comment needs to be at least 5 words or more. You can add emojis if you want, but at least 5 words. Facebook wants it to be genuine. If it's at least 5 words, they feel it's more genuine. But again, Facebook, you want to be social, right? You got to give to receive. And the more consistent you are with this, you're going to realize your algorithm is changing. This does work. I actually have a girl on my team. I think she had 200 followers when she started with a team back in May. And right now she has almost 6,000 followers. So this may seem like, oh, these are just simple things, Courtney, but I'm telling you this because it works. These are simple, but it works. So again, go comment on 10 prospects posts, whether it's potential affiliates or potential customers. So next, what we do is we do the same thing, except we do it on Facebook stories. So what you're going to do on Facebook stories is you want to find those people that you're not currently engaging with. What I love about Facebook stories is you don't have to teach. If it's someone that you want to bring in the business, I love it because these people already know how to do a Facebook story. You're not having to teach them. So they know some of these basics of Facebook. So what you want to do is do the same thing we did before. You're going to go comment to 10 of their Facebook stories. But what this is also going to do is it is going to put you right into their messenger. When you comment on a story, you get into their messenger. So, you know, when you send a message and people are like, well, they don't see my message. This is a way around that, commenting on those Facebook stories. Again, to find your stories, you know, go to the top, it's next to Reels, but scroll over as far as you can on your stories. Those people you haven't spoken to in a very long time. So you want to reach out to those people. So the next thing I want to talk about is my favorite thing to do on Facebook. Like, I seriously think this is the thing that has kept me relevant and kept my following up for the last 10 years. This is something I do every single day without fail. If it is 11:55 at night and I realize I haven't done this, I will go do this. And what you do is you type in memories in your search bar, and it's going to bring up everyone on Facebook. It's going to bring up all of your Facebook memories from this day for as long as you've had your Facebook. Mine goes back 15 years. You're going to click on those posts that you commented on, and you're going to comment on them again. It's going to bring it back up in the news feed. Some of these people are going to be seeing your post again. Some that haven't seen your post for 5-10 years, right? And guess what happens? They're going to see you and be like, oh my goodness, what happened to Linda? I'm going to go check out her page and see what she's up to. Wow, Angela, what is she up doing, right? And listen, if you have another product that you had posted back 3 or 4 years ago, and you see that in your memories, what I do is I go comment back on those posts, and I'll say something like, oh my gosh, wait until you try the coffee I have now, right? It gives you that chance to reconnect with people. So again, screenshot this so you have the information, but it is something I do daily without fail. Next, so something with our team that we have, and I really suggest you to do this with your team, is we have a private Facebook group just for our team. The only way people can get in it is they are our customers or they're our prospects. And we actually, the way that works is if it's a private group, not a closed group, but a private where you can get in there by invite only, then all the admins and moderators can see who added that person into the group. The way that works is when we add someone in there, if somebody is ready to buy or they see some posts, then we'll comment or tag whoever added them into that group to help them get their stuff purchased. So I really suggest to create a private team group within your team. Again, you want it to be protected. You want it to be within your team. Please screenshot this so you can get all the information on what we do in our group. But during Power Hour, I encourage everyone during our Power Hour to go into our personal group and make a post, and they comment on 5 other posts in the group. That way, everything is getting engaged with. So again, that is something that we do daily. And then finally, follow-up. So follow-up can be different for different people. On myself, on follow-up, I reach out to people about the group. So I will either check on them and see if they have questions after seeing products in the group, because we do a lot of testimonies in our group, or I'll ask them, I'll invite them into the group, right? That's another way of following up. Hey, you commented on my post that you were wanting more information about this methylene blue. Do you mind if I add you to my special group of others that are using it so you can hear some other testimonies? It gives them a chance to see that. So, And again, just reach out to people and build relationships. This is Facebook. This is social media. You got to talk to people. If people know, like, and trust you, they will buy from you. One last thing I'm going to end with before I introduce my team is I went to an event this last weekend, and John Maxwell spoke, and he said something that really hit me. And he asked about your tombstone at the end of life. Do you want it to say he had fans or he had friends? And that's how I want to live my life. Like, I know I have a lot of followers on Facebook, but I do my very best to not just make them followers, but to make them friends, to share my life with them, to be vulnerable and open with them. And it's helped 10 years in this industry, and, you know, have made millions of dollars now in this industry. It's definitely have worked. So I want to encourage you to make friends while you're building your business, and just be a real human, be a real person. And I wish you lots of success. I'm done with this. Let me stop sharing now. I hope you were able to get some stuff out of that. But next, I'm super excited to introduce one of my all-time favorite people that, again, running in this business, you will attract other runners. I want to introduce an amazing human that pours into this industry every single day. And I tell you, he is an answer to my prayer by joining my team, because not only has he encouraged my whole team to show up, but every day he pushes me to be a better leader. And I'm so grateful for Chuck Holmes. So Chuck, if you can unmute, we might need to give him some access to share his screen, because he has some really good stuff to share.
And thank you, Courtney. Can someone please make me a co-host just so I can turn off a setting where people can't draw on the screen?
Okay. All right. Yeah. Can you all make?
We just want to. Yeah,
yes.
Someone can do that.
Thank you all so much. Thank you.
All right, hold on here. Okay. Let me just do a share screen and we're good. All right. Hello and welcome, everyone. My name is Chuck Holmes from Northern Florida, and I am a 15-year MLM junkie turned network marketing professional. If I can do this business, anybody can. I've failed for 15 years miserably in this industry before I decided to get serious and figure it out. So before I get started in the training, just a couple thank yous. I want to give a shout out to Ben Glinsky and the corporate crew for putting this amazing company together and allowing me to train today along with some of our team members. I want to thank my #1 mentor of all time, who's no longer alive, but I think about him daily, Mark Yarnell. He taught me almost everything I know about network marketing, and I try to be even 10% as good as he was. I want to thank Tim Miller for being the pioneer in LiveGood. And let me tell you about Tim. Tim is one of the few people who actually just motivates me. He puts a fire in my belly. His story is extremely inspiring, and he is a tremendous leader. And I'm glad just to even be in the same company as him. I want to thank Kim for enrolling me in the business. I want to thank Courtney for being my coach. I want to thank Landy and Michelle for being amazing leaders on our team. They keep me performing. They're always on my heels, pushing me to be better. I want to thank everyone who joined me in LiveGood on our team. I want to thank our team. You're all amazing. And I want to thank everybody on this call. And finally, I want to thank all the LiveGood haters. I know you know some of them too, but they inspire me to build this thing so big and prove everybody wrong. So if you got some haters, I got some haters in the chat. I'd love to hear that. So I'm going to talk today very quickly. I've got a few slides. I'm going to try to go pretty quick. Feel free to take any pictures of these that you want to, but I'm going to cover the diamond mindset. I always do a disclaimer in my training. I just want people to know I'm an independent affiliate. I'm not a corporate spokesperson. And these are just my thoughts. And by all means, individual results will vary. In case you're wondering, and I know there's some people out there wondering, why is a gold executive teaching me the diamond mindset? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm already a diamond in LiveGood. It just hasn't manifested in the back office yet. It's about 2 months away. We are on the way. And I do believe you have to go diamond in your mind before it's ever going to manifest in your business. So as of today, when I looked in the back office, I have 85 active personally enrolled, 817 on my team, and the goal is diamond by Christmas. I'm just going to speak that into existence. And so let's talk about the diamond mindset. I believe the diamond mindset is really these 4 things. Somebody needs to be muted real quick. Hold on a second. Can somebody mute? Thank you. So I believe the diamond mindset really entails these 4 things. If you want to build a big business here, like Tim talked about, where you're making the 6 figures, where you're leading a big team, you got to work on your belief. You got to believe in yourself, the company, the products in the industry. You have to have a sense of urgency. This is the biggest thing I try to instill in new reps. You do not want to sign up and just hem and haw. You want to go all in as quickly as possible. You want to be laser focused, and you got to be 100% committed. These are 4 things all successful entrepreneurs do, not just network marketers, not just LiveGood members. So here's the question. I can't answer this for you. I hope you will take a picture of this slide. I hope you'll think about this every single day. Are you all in with LiveGood? Honestly, if you were to take out your calendar and share it with me today, what I think you are all in based off your activity over the past 90 days. If I talk to your team members, your spouse, your family members, would they think you're all in with the business? Would they? Would they not? Tell me, what would they think? Leave a comment in the chat. To build a big team here, if you look at every successful person on this call, and there's a lot of them, there's Kelly, there's Chris, there's Tim, there's Courtney. That's just a few names that I noticed. You have to be focused and you have to be committed. Those are 2 words I could say with every leader in LiveGood. They are focused and they are committed to LiveGood. I've never met a successful entrepreneur in any endeavor who is not 100% committed to their business. This is what holds most people back. And Tim talked about this briefly too. What holds most people back, especially here in the United States, is we have a high standard of living. And even if we're hurting financially, we still got the latest iPhone. We still have the internet. We still have 3 meals a day. We still have a roof over our head. We still have a car. We still have a refrigerator full of food, at least most people. And as a result, we have a comfort zone. And this is why LiveGood is exploding internationally. And that's because I had my phone turned off. There we go. That's because in other countries, they don't enjoy the same standard of living that we have here. And they are motivated and they see this opportunity and they get after it. And I hope you'll do the same thing with your business. That's what it's going to take to crush you here. You have to have a burning desire to succeed. And you have to have the mentality like Tim did when he started. There's no other option. If you act like your back is against the wall and you have to make this work or die trying, there is a high likelihood you will be successful here. So this is my goal today. My goal is not to inspire all of you. I want to inspire 1 person on this call. 1 person who really, really wants it, who really wants to be successful. And I want to inspire you to adopt the diamond mentality and go all in with your business. So this is what I encourage you to start thinking like. And after we go through this, I'm just going to share the 4 steps to success, and then we'll wrap this up. So this is the diamond mindset. When I look at Kelly, when I look at Chris, when I look at Eric Johnson, when I look at Tim Miller, I have mad respect for all of those folks. They are committed to their business. If it's meant to be, it's up to me. They are committed to 1 opportunity. They're not promoting 5 different deals. They're the type of person they want to sponsor. They're the type of sponsor they wish they had. They make that first circle work by doing the thing they want other people to do. They eat, breathe, and sleep LiveGood. It's almost like an obsession to them. They're persistent, consistent, and focused. They are 100% unrecruitable, and they eliminate their exit plan. They burn their bridges, and they act as if they have no other option but LiveGood. And folks, you have to be a diamond in your mind before it's ever going to show up in the back office. If you start working on these areas, you're going to be more than halfway there. This is the most important slide in my presentation. I hope you will print this off and put it on your wall. Let me tell you why traditional businesses work. I mean, some still fail, but most of them work. And these entrepreneurs invested a lot of money to start their business. The reason they work is because the business owner is all in. They have written a big check. They're willing to work 80, 90 hours a week. They will do whatever training they need to do. They will learn everything they can about their business. They will follow the system, and they are 100% committed to making their business successful because they wrote that big check. Here in LiveGood, we get started for what, $40 and $9.95 a month. And that's why so many people disrespect our business and don't treat it seriously. They have no skin in the game financially. I challenge you, starting today, to act like you have $1 million invested in LiveGood and you have 1 year to earn it back. What would you do if you sent LiveGood $1 million when you joined? What would you do? Would you attend every training? Would you talk to new people every day? Would you find your coach and listen to them? Would you talk to new prospects? Would you be coachable? I know you would do all of those things because you would want to recoup your investment. That's the mindset it's going to take to build a successful business, a big business, not a little part-time business, but a diamond level business. So these leaders are all in. Tim Miller, he's all in. You can hear him talk. You don't doubt him. Tracy Walker, mad respect, she's all in. Dr. Aaron, she's all in. Curry Russell, he's all in. Eric Johnson, they're all in. Kelly, I know she's all in. Chris, I know he's all in. My coach, Courtney, she's all in. Landy and Michelle, they're all in. I'm all in. Here's the question. Are you all in? Honestly, when your prospect is listening to you, can they sense that you're all in, or maybe you're just halfway in? You got to be all in, folks. That's what's going to attract the right people. So once you decide to be all in, these are the 4 things you need to do. You need to set your goals and develop your plan. You need 6 to 12 months of intense focus. You need to develop and maintain the diamond mindset, and you need to stay the course. So set your goals and develop your plan. These are my goals. I'm not telling you these should be your goals, but you got to have a goal for your business. You got to have something that you're aimed for. Write it down. Be specific. Where do you want to be in the business 1 year from now? What are 4 or 5 quantifiable objectives that you want to achieve? Next, what is your daily action plan, also known as your DMO? What are you going to do each day to crush it in your business and to work smart and be productive? It's not about working 10 hours a day. It's about being more productive with the time that you do have and being consistent and doing that every day. So these are the questions you need to ask yourself so you can come up with your plan. How am I going to get leads and meet people? How will I train my team when I sign people up? What systems am I going to offer to help and support my team? How many exposures am I going to make on a daily basis about the products in the business? Have I assumed a leadership role yet? If not, when am I going to start acting like a leader? How much time will I work my business each day? These are questions you got to answer, folks. No one can answer them for you. Step 2, 6 to 12 months of intense focus. This is where people drop the ball. They join LiveGood. They're excited. That excitement might last a day. It might last 30 to 90 days. At some point, that excitement dissipates, just like lust. You're in lust for a short amount of time, and then reality sets in. And that's, to me, that's day 1 in LiveGood. When the excitement is gone and the rubber meets the road, what are you going to do? Are you going to get serious, or are you going to just fizzle out and cancel your membership, which you shouldn't do? You want to assume a leadership role from day 1. You want to build this business fast. It is painful to build a network marketing business slowly. Trust me, I did that for a long time. Speed is key. This business loves speed. You want to be part-time with a full-time attitude. Don't go and quit your day job. Work the business part-time, because if you can't figure it out part-time, you're never going to be able to do it full-time. Set aside an hour or 2 a day, get organized, be disciplined, work hard, know exactly what you're going to do during that time. Now, here's the secret on this slide. You have to make exposures every single day. It's not about surfing Facebook all day. It's not about working your business 2 hours every day. I only got to ask a team member 1 question to know if they're going to make it. How many exposures did you make today? New exposures about the products or business. And if you're trying to go grand here, it's got to be at least 10 a day. If you're a part-timer, 2 a day is fine. If you're trying to be a diamond, 10, 20, 30 exposures every day. And the great news is, with technology, you can do that in less than an hour. Don't promote multiple deals or shiny objects. I've never met a top earner promoting 2 deals who was successful. They could be out there, but I've never met one. As Tim Miller says, and I love this line, focus on the focus, baby. Make LiveGood your focus and focus on that. Launch your business, do a 90-day blitz. We're doing our second 90-day blitz right now. I've been in the business just over 3 months. That's why we grew so quickly. We went all in for 90 days. I'm doing a second 90 days to solidify it, and then I can resort to a moderate pace. But at some point, you have to turn up, you have to put your foot on the gas, and for 6 to 12 months, do what most people are not willing to do. You don't have to maintain that pace forever, but you got to do that to create that growth, that momentum, that excitement in your business. Otherwise, it's never going to grow quickly. It's just going to putter along and grow very slowly and very painfully. So this is the power in numbers. I share this with my team, but you got to understand this. There's 3 things you need to be able to sign people up. You need to talk to people. You need some basic skills, and you need some type of strategy. And the better you are at the skills and the strategy, the fewer the amount of people you can approach and be successful. If you have no skills and a crappy strategy, you're going to have to talk to a lot more people than someone who has skills and strategy, and that's okay. But if you approached 2 people a day, 5 days a week, 50 weeks a year, that's factoring weekends off and a 2-week-a-year vacation, and you signed up 1 out of 10 people you talked to, you would enroll 50 people in a year. You can see how the numbers grow here to 125 to 250 to 500. The number one reason I think most people aren't successful in this industry is they don't share their products and business with enough people. They share it with 1, 2, 5, 10, 20 people. They think it doesn't work and they stop. You got to get your name out there. You got to get out there and share your message. All right. Not everybody's going to join, most are not. If you can bat even 2 or 1 or 3 out of every 10 people you talk to, you can build a dynasty here. But you got to talk to more than 10 people. You're probably going to have to talk to hundreds of people to find the right people to build your team. But if you talk to a few people consistently every day, you can do that in 3, 6, 9, 12 months. This is the diamond mindset. We covered most of this earlier, but basically it means you take ownership of your business. You spend time with other movers and shakers in the company. You get plugged in, you stay plugged in. You find a mentor and you remain coachable, which is something I struggled with for many years. You keep an open mind and you learn from every experience. You don't take rejection personally. You remain unrecruitable. You don't even look at other opportunities. And you are 100% convicted, because a dog can smell fear. Well, guess what? Your prospect can smell when you don't have the conviction for your business. So make sure that you recruit yourself, because you're the most important person you're ever going to recruit in your business. Step 4, you got to stay the course. Anybody can be excited for a month. Anybody can be excited for a week. You see it all the time. People you sponsor, Chuck, I'm going to be your biggest rep. 7 days later, they've canceled their membership and they're off to the next shiny object. This is a long-term project. Long-term being even 1 to 2 years, which isn't that long anyway. But you're not going to get rich in a week. You're not going to get rich in a month. It takes time to start, launch, and grow a business. So also, you're going to experience setbacks, disappointments, challenges. That's part of the process. Some people are going to quit. Good things are going to happen. Bad things are going to happen. That's part of building a business. As a leader, as a business owner, we get paid to solve problems. So embrace problems. And the more and the better problems you can solve, the more money you're going to make. The more people you can serve and educate and help, the more money you're going to make. Never stop recruiting, and do not promote multiple deals. This is your homework assignment. Take a picture of these slides. Answer these things honestly with yourself. This is what I want everybody on this call to do if you want to be successful and become a diamond here. So in conclusion, you can do this if you choose to. Success really is a decision. Most people never truly decide that they're going to do this. That they want to do it. They want the benefits of what it offers by being a diamond and by having a big team, but they don't decide they're going to do it, and then they don't make a plan or follow that plan. You have to adopt the all-in mindset. You want to be part-time with a full-time attitude, and you got to get serious about your business. No one should care. No one is going to care more about your business than you are. Not your upline, not your team. So get serious. It's your business, and you can do this. With that, it's my great pleasure to introduce one of my besties in the whole wide world. Her name is Landy Martin. She is from Texas, the greater Dallas area. She's a wife and a mom of 3. She has a degree in psychology. So she's a former retail store owner. She's a talented basketball player. She can drop those 3-pointers, so you don't want to play basketball against her. And she's an amazing billiards player. She will hustle you. So if you play pool with her, just remember that. She has just over 5 years experience in the industry. If I had to describe her in my own words, I would pick focused, industrious, ambitious, kind, humble, team player, enthusiastic, energetic, servant leader, caring, great friend, amazing person. She's going to kill this thing. She is going to be a future crown diamond in the very near future. I'm going to throw that into the universe. She is already a diamond in my mind. We're just waiting for the back office to catch up. And her class is going to be called Make Every Second Count. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Landy.
Oh my gosh, Chuck. Thank you. That was such an amazing introduction. And I'm going to tell you guys something about Chuck. He knows what he's talking about. I've been working with Chuck for about 5 years now. And, he is an incredible leader, mentor. And without him, I wouldn't be sitting right here in front of you guys today. So huge shout out to Chuck. Amazing job on your training. Also, Tim, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I am so like humbled, nervous, just everything and excited. Hi, LiveGood family. I'm excited to be here today and just, I feel extremely lucky to be on this call. All my LiveGood dreams are coming true. They're just coming true like way faster than I ever thought they would. Thank you so much, Tim, for allowing us to be on this call. And Ben and Nodder, thank you for coming out of retirement. Holla, who's happy that Ben came out of retirement, guys? We love, love, love LiveGood. So, and I also want to say thanks to Courtney for setting up that meeting last weekend. That for me was confirmation. Meeting Dr. Ryan and Lisa, seeing their passion for the products. I am kind of a product person, and I love to see that they care about the ingredients and they're passionate about what these products are doing for people. And talking to Ben, and he came to lunch with us, and just so cool, you guys, that him and his son sometimes pack boxes on the weekends. I mean, you talk about a humble guy. But anyway, that was amazing. That was confirmation for me. And I cannot wait to introduce you guys to my best friend, Michelle. You're going to love her. But I'm going to go ahead and dive in. I'm respectful of your time. And today, that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about how every second counts. The importance of time, how we choose to spend that time. And it is a choice. I want you to be aware. I'm going to demonstrate how when you do become aware of where you're disposing of your time, it's going to be transforming for your business. When I started in network marketing, guys, I had just moved back from California, but I had to do it online because I had a kid in grade school. I didn't know anybody. I'm like, who am I going to meet? Right. So I had to do it online. I had to make it work online. So of course I'm like, okay, I'll do this on social media. Well, I would go to TikTok to network. I mean, who's been down the TikTok Bermuda Triangle? Put in the comments if you have. I would go there and I would spend, like 2 hours later, I would be like, what just happened? How many mindless videos did I just watch? Who can relate? So, I was really kind of struggling in my business because I was wasting time and I didn't even know it. So I saw this video that Jim Rohn did. Who knows Jim Rohn? He's amazing. And he was talking about time. He loves to talk about time and how you spend your time. And so it really hit me that I was not being intentional about how I was spending my time. So it wasn't until I started being intentional that I started to have more success. But who am I? Why should you listen to me? I think that's always a question that should be answered when somebody has the floor. Like Chuck said, I'm a 20-year entrepreneur. I had a retail store for 10 years that I sold at a profit. I want to tell you a story about my retail store because, I think this is something that you can probably maybe not relate to on the fact of being a business owner, but relate to the feeling. So I had my store about 2 weeks. I had been running ads. I had gone and hustled all around town. Back then it was legal. You could put flyers on, windshields at Walmart. So me and the kids, we'd go out and put, flyers up and put them up in grocery stores and all that. I've done all that. So it was about 2 weeks in and I'm sitting there and no one's coming in the door. Nobody's walking in the door. It's the afternoon. It's like 2-3 o'clock and nobody's coming in. And I just started to crumble. I was like, I'm a failure. This ain't going to work. I started bawling in my store. Thank God nobody was in there. So I called my mom, who else calls their mom when they're crying? I mean, she was always, that rock for me, that person that encouraged me. She kept me from quitting basketball in 8th grade because I got mad at a coach or whatever. She said, okay, you want to quit, you finish out the season, then you can quit. Well, I didn't quit and I went on to get a scholarship, play in college and all of that. So, it was because my mom, taught me early not to quit. So I call her, I'm bawling. I'm like, Mom, I'm such a failure. God, why is this happening? And, of course, she's being her normal, encouraging self. And I look over while I'm talking to her and I see a stack of flyers that I had left over from me and the kids going out and hustling around town. And, I say, Mom, I got to go. And I said, I love you. I'll call you later. And I hung up on her. And I walked over there and I picked up that stack of flyers and I walked out the front door of my store and I started walking up and down the sidewalk. And it was like a strip mall, Steinmart. I don't know if y'all have heard of Steinmart, but it was on the end. It's kind of a big store, but we had a lot of locally owned businesses in the strip mall. And I walked down and every person that I met I handed them a flyer and I said, hi, I introduced myself. I told them I just opened a store a couple of weeks ago. And, I was handing out, I went into neighboring businesses. I introduced myself. And the point of this story, what I'm trying to tell you is that in that moment of me like crying and wanting to quit, I decided to take action. And guys, action cures everything. One of the people I handed out a flyer to ended up coming in my store later that afternoon and spending like $200-300. And I was so grateful. I was like, I didn't have a dry day in my business. So, how many of you guys can relate? How many of you guys have been in your network marketing business or maybe had a store or whatever, and you were sitting there and nobody was coming in the door. Nobody was joining your business. And you just wanted to quit and you wanted to cry. I want you to know that sometimes those moments where you are struggling the most, that is where you're going to find out how strong you are. That is when God is going to tell you, get into action. And that action is going to fix your problem. It's going to help your problem. Now, of course, I've been to this place numerous times building the network marketing business. And, fast forward to now, like Chuck said, I've been in the business 5 years. And we had moved to California. And I lost my mom during that time. My best friend, my rock, lost her during that time. But we moved back to Texas. And that's when I started. And I got so blessed. This angel fell out of the sky named Chuck Holmes. And I was scrolling around looking for something to do online and came across his blog. And just want to again say, without his mentorship, I would not have been able to do what I've done. I was coachable and he coached me. And I was able to become a top leader in the 2 companies we were in. The last one we were in 4 years. So there's a quote, nothing is more expensive than missed opportunity. I know you've heard that quote. And missed opportunities, I think, are the most difficult for us to quantify. When we think of our common understanding of growth and success, we know it takes sacrifice. We know that doing the work gets the results, right? It's a simple formula. X equals Y. If we go to the gym 6 days a week and we pump iron, that's X, then 6 months later, we're going to have the body we want. That's Y. But what's the cost of not taking those steps and doing that journey? Our instinct is to not question the actions that we don't take. We are real good at setting goals. Who's good at setting goals? And thinking about, in 3 months, I'm going to be diamond, or in 6 months, I'm going to be diamond. We're great at setting a goal. We're great at, this is what we're going to do. This is steps we're going to take. And this is where we're going to be in 6 months. But how often do we think about, where are we going to be if I don't do these steps? Where am I going to be? And I want you to sit in that for a minute and think where you're going to be in 3 months if you don't value your time. Okay. So I'm going to tell you a story about Jim Rohn. I just mentioned him a minute ago and I love him. If you love Jim, put a yes in the comments. So Jim was talking about a guy who joined his business, his network marketing business. And this guy was a successful CEO. I mean, he was really proud of himself. And he was like, I work hard every day. So when I come home, I put my feet up, I turn on the TV, I pour me a glass of whatever, my favorite drink, and I watch a couple hours of TV. So one day Jim was over at his house and he said, John, whatever his name was, he said, John, how much did that TV cost? And John said, proudly, he's like, well, I think I paid about $500 for it. And Jim stops him and he corrects him. And he said, no, that television is costing you $40,000 a year. So what was the point of that story that Jim Rohn tells? It's not that the TV cost $500, right? It's the opportunity cost of sitting there for 2 hours watching TV every day. That's how you quantify, guys. That's how you realize what the true cost of wasted time really is. If you are mindlessly scrolling Facebook or TikTok, like I was, watching reels for like 2 hours a day, that's 14 hours a week. That's 56 hours a month. And that's 672 hours a year. If I messed the math up, please put in the comments. But when you start to look at those numbers, they become eye-opening because time is our most precious commodity. Time is the only thing we can't get back. How we choose our time is the gateway to transformation. You are transforming every day, whether you think you are or not. The only question is, are you transforming into the person you need to become to hit your Live Good goals and hit your dreams, or are you moving away from them? I promise you, you are not staying in the same place. Who has read the book by Jeff Olson? It's called The Slight Edge. If you've read that book, put it in the chat. Love him. And he talks about the things you do daily and how there's a cumulative effect at the end. It's easy to take a walk every day. It's easy not to take a walk every day. The things that make you successful, guys, a lot of times they're easy to do and they're easy not to do. And all it takes, and that's why I want to talk about this today, all it takes is a little bit of awareness of how we're disposing of our time. Everything has a cost. In choosing to do one thing, realize you are choosing not to do something else with your time. Now, I'm not saying you need to build your Live Good business 24/7, and that you shouldn't have any wasted time. I think we all need wasted time. I think Keith Urban wrote the song Wasted Time. Those are the best moments of our life, right? But are we sectioning off and being intentional? Are we prioritizing our time to reach our dreams? Because just because you don't notice something slipping away doesn't mean it isn't. Just because you don't notice it slipping away doesn't mean your dreams are not slipping away, guys. Time does not stop. If you think about that rock hitting the ocean, or the water hitting that rock in the ocean or in the river, slowly that water, you're not seeing it break down that rock, but one day that rock is going to be sediment. Certain rocks are going to be sediment, but every day it chips away at that. And that's exactly what is going on in your life every day. So I'm going to close with this. How we manage, respect, and utilize our time ultimately determines our success. And it is crucial to be mindful of how we're spending our time and make conscious choices that align with our values and our goals. Check your dreams with everything you do. Don't do a gut check, do a dream check. Is choosing me to do this today going to bring me closer to my dreams or further away? There's a quote, don't lose the possibilities of tomorrow with the distractions of today. And with that, I hope you got some value, and I cannot wait to introduce my best friend, Michelle Marie. She is my BFF. She is my running partner. She's my sister in Christ. Y'all, she is on fire for Live Good. She is running up the leaderboard so fast. She's lighting a fire under me and Chuck and Courtney. A huge shout out. Also, Kaylee Ray's on the leaderboards. We have 5 people on our team on the leaderboards, you guys. We are so on fire, and we're all going to diamond together. Michelle is a hustler. She's a doer. We've worked together for 4 years, and we have built big teams together, and we have huge goals here at Live Good, and we can't wait to go to the top together again. And I want to tell you one more thing about Michelle. Michelle's a servant leader. She's an amazing mom. She's an all-around great person, and you're going to love her. But I want you to know about her. She is a 24/7 full-time nurse to her disabled son, Jaden. Guys, if she can find the time to build this business, I know you can too, because if Michelle can do it, I know you can. She literally has to be on call 24/7 for her son. He could die in a seizure. So she is able to build this business, get on the leaderboards, close to platinum. Like I said, look at how you're prioritizing your time. It's so important. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce my best friend, Michelle Marie. Or I'm going to unmute her. I already introduced her. All right, Michelle, I'm trying to find you. Can somebody unmute Michelle?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can. You got the floor. I love you.
I love you. You're going to make me cry before, and then I won't be able to read. Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. My name's Michelle, and I just wanted to say thank you, Timbo, for inviting us on this call today. It is truly an honor to be here with all of you. Thank you, Chuck, Landy, and Courtney for your servant leadership and love. You guys, as Landy had mentioned, my screen is going to stay off because I'm sitting next to my little guy. He's in bed. He's had a rough morning, and I have headphones on, so hopefully everybody can hear me okay. You guys, this is so exciting. Live Good is growing so fast, and we have so many people who have never done network marketing before. I love it. My inbox has been blowing up from others within the company with questions on how I'm growing my business. Some of my reels over the last few weeks have gone viral, and the truth is I grow my network daily, and a few years ago, I started to brand myself on Facebook. So everybody has to start somewhere. So if you haven't branded yourself yet, grab a pen and paper because this is for you. So today I'm going to share with all of you how to brand yourself and not the company. But first, I want to share a little bit about my story because your story becomes part of your brand. And for the last 5 years, I've been able to provide for my family by using social media. And I would say probably 99% of my business has come from Facebook alone. So first, you want to know your why. Why are you here? What is your motivation to build it big at LiveGood? Your why is the driving force that fuels your passion and gives meaning to your life. Your why is your purpose and your mission. Your story is your journey. So your story and your why is part of your brand. People relate to your story, and many may even have a similar why. So my story starts back in 2016 when my son had a severe reaction to pharmaceuticals. Without going too much into it, the doctors put him on benzos and his body became dependent. And at 14 months old, he lost all muscle tone. He's now disabled and he has seizures daily. He's 7 years old. He cannot sit, stand, walk, talk, or chew food, and he was born healthy. I was a medical research analyst for over 10 years. I had great income, and in the blink of an eye, I lost everything. I was in a freak accident that year, and between my health and my son's health, I was forced to resign. I was the primary provider for our family, and when I resigned, we lost our health insurance, and then I was unemployed for over 2 years. On top of that, I battled with severe insomnia because my son wasn't sleeping more than 2 broken hours in a 24-hour period. Sleep deprivation affected my mental and physical health. I could barely function throughout the day, let alone try and find time to find an outside job of the house. I was able to get my son off all pharmaceuticals, and he was a certified medical cannabis patient at 1 year old. The more I began to research CBD, I knew I wanted to share it with the world. So I joined a CBD company in 2018, and I was there for about 2 years. I left for personal reasons, and I had no intentions of getting back into network marketing. I felt like if people saw me jump into another company, they wouldn't trust me. But because I was providing education and transparency, my following trusted me. So when I started with the company 3 weeks later, I continued to provide education, and my friends trusted me, and many followed. Other things that I began doing that were therapeutic for myself was gardening. It was my therapy. I love to grow all year round. Examples of things that I would share is, growing microgreens indoors. I would make videos and create content from start to finish. Working out was also therapy for me for many years, but living with chronic pain and inflammation daily made it difficult. But I share my journey because I know I'm not the only one going through it. So when I would share low impact workouts, natural things that help with pain, nutrition that helped with inflammation, I was also sharing my son's journey, what has helped him, what didn't help. I would share nutrition, alternative therapies. I connected with many special needs families. When I started sharing my son's journey, I didn't realize how many other families were going through similar situations. You never really know how much your story can have an impact on others. Sharing our journey has also been a huge part of my healing process. Not only that, but there are so many families out there where one parent needs to be home with their special needs child or homeschooling children. So many people I connected with, and those families trusted me because they walked along that journey with me and they saw that it was possible. There are so many things that you do in your daily life that you can use to brand yourself. Friends, people buy from and join people, not companies. Let me say that again. People buy from and join people, not companies. One of the most important things you can do for the longevity and security of your business is to build a personal brand. Social media is the best platform to build your personal brand because it's free and it has immense potential to connect you to a global audience. Your personal brand will outlast whatever opportunity you are part of. And even though we've all found our home here at LiveGood, the last company that I was with, I was there almost 4 years. But because I branded myself and I always show transparency, for those of you that I'm friends with on Facebook, you'll see I'm an open book. I built trust with the people who follow my page. People will buy from people they like, know, and trust. So start with your Facebook page. If you were someone who came across your Facebook page, would they see your face on your profile? Most people want to see who is friending them. So if your profile picture isn't of you, I highly recommend changing it to a clear visual picture of yourself. Ask yourself, if you scrolled your Facebook page right now, would it scream spammy? Do you share stock photos and links all the time? If so, if that's not working for you, maybe try changing it up a little bit. You know, it's different for people who have big followings on social media, but we never encourage people to share links. Share on your page what you love and what you're good at. Show your skills. Maybe you love nature, fishing, cooking, traveling, health and wellness, fitness, whatever it is that you love. Join groups of interest. Those groups will help you increase your knowledge, come up with new ideas, test out your skills, and help build confidence. Groups will give you an opportunity to expand your network and build relationships with other like-minded individuals. This is truly an essential stepping stone in building your personal brand. Share content in these groups, but also share on your page. You can also take content like tips and recipes from the groups and add to your page. You want to get to know people in the groups and build those relationships. And I always recommend keeping your content public so that you can attract more followers. You want to engage on your friends' posts. This will help your algorithms. The only thing that I don't post publicly on my personal page for the world to see are things about my children. So I do keep those to friends only. But you guys, there's thousands of people out there who share the same interest as you. Find them in the groups, attract them to your page, and build those relationships. Each day, share different things. Be creative, change it up, take advantage of reels and stories. Research has shown that story features on social media sites are growing 15 times faster than news feeds, with more than 1 billion users already taking advantage. What I love about the story feature is that it shows who is watching your story from beginning to end. Those people are engaged in what you're sharing. Make sure you go love on their posts too. Always return the favor. You can create so much content with stories and reels. Step out of your comfort zone. You don't have to aim for perfection, shoot for consistency. One of my biggest downfalls was aiming for perfection when I started creating content. I would see these big influencers that were so inspiring, posting these beautiful photos. And the reality is that's not me. If that's you, great. But I'm a special needs mom who's alone all day long without help. And when you see me in my reels or stories, chances are I rolled out of bed and you're seeing me like all messy. If that's not you, great. But if that's you, don't be afraid to be you and to be real and to be raw, because there are people out there that are looking for the real, raw, and messy you. People who don't have it all together all the time. You guys have fun with it. Thank you so much for your time this morning. Sorry I got emotional. It's been a rough morning here. Have a beautiful and blessed day, everybody.
Awesome job, Michelle. Oh my gosh, you had me in tears. Y'all, Courtney had me in tears. Michelle had me in tears. Courtney, there you are. Okay.
Yeah.
Back to you.
My gosh. Wow. So yes, that's what we've got. I don't know where Tim is. But thank you to our amazing team. Like, I am so blessed and grateful for each one of you.
I'm right here, Courtney.
Okay, Tim. So maybe you can take it over. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap this up. I know all of you got a lot of value, and this is why I always, tell you guys to make sure you plug in your team into these calls. And if you notice anything about all of these speakers today, all of these leaders and up and coming leaders and their goals and where they're going, understand a couple of things. One is, you notice nobody's comfortable. I'm not even comfortable. Okay, there's still a fight in me. And every day I just fight to share the most amazing opportunity that I've seen in doing this industry full time for over 30 years. So you have to get uncomfortable. I cannot stress that enough. And here's what I want to leave with you guys. If you're excited about this call and all of the leaders we bring on each and every week and present to you, a lot of you get caught up and you're thinking, oh, I wish I was on that person's team or that. Guys, this is what you need to really understand. We already know where Courtney Looper's going. We know where Landy's going. We know where Michelle's going. We know where Chuck is going. All right. If that's not a clue, I believe that team alone will be a $10 million organization. Now, Why is this important? When you focus on the focus, I don't know what you guys do for a living. I don't know about your personal lives, what you're going through, but where on planet Earth do you have an opportunity to earn hundreds of thousands of dollars annually on a residual basis? Now, I'm going somewhere with this. Do you realize that this company takes 2.5% of every dollar? Now, listen to me closely. Every dollar. That means every t-shirt sold, every bottle of Super Red sold, every person that joins this company for the $50, every person that pays that $10 a month membership. All of that is gross revenue, dollar for dollar, not volume, dollar for dollar. That money goes into a pool. Every month they take 2.5% of that and they split it amongst all the diamonds in the company. So if you understand in half of what's coming out of my mouth right now, why you want to rank up the bank up and focus on diamond. Chuck covered that. Diamond. You have to have the diamond mindset. Imagine with me, you getting a percentage every month of Courtney Luper's organization, Landy's organization, Chuck's organization. Think about that for a moment. Let's say that team alone does $10 million in volume a month. That's $10 million going into that pool. That's what, $250,000? That's just one organization. You override the entire company. That's why we work so well together as one team, one dream, because we understand to keep the focus on the focus. Now I'm going to give you this one and I'm going to wrap this up. Crown Diamond. Focus on Crown Diamond. Why? Well, when you hit Crown Diamond, they take 0.5% of the entire company's revenue and split it amongst the Crown Diamonds. Right now, myself and one other person in the Philippines are Crown Diamond. There's only 2 Crown Diamonds in the company. Last month, we did just at $10 million, which again is unheard of. $10 million in our 8th month. As a Crown Diamond, we split almost 50 grand. I want this to hit home with you guys to really understand what you have your hands on. You know, it gets frustrating sometimes when you see people, you know, Chuck really covered it awesome, man. What your presentation was just amazing. And he talked about, you know, you got to focus on the focus. You know, you can't keep chasing every new silver object that comes along. Nothing comes closer. I tell people all the time, you can't build LiveGood. Don't do network marketing, period. Don't do network marketing. Because once you understand those generational matching, it's over. Nothing comes close in the industry. Plus, we're not jamming people up with volume and auto shifts. But anyways, Crown Diamond, let's talk about that for a moment. $10 million in revenue, we split 50 grand. That means the Crown Diamond bonus check, which is monthly, and our revenue's going up every month. We did 10 million last month. We'll do 13 to 15 million this month. But just last month alone, we split right at 50 grand, meaning I got an override, not including my weeklies, not including my monthlies, not including generational matches, just the Crown Diamond pool, give you guys something to shoot for. The Crown Diamond bonus pool alone was about $24,000. That's a quarter, that's over $300,000 a year. Just bonus. Now get this. Ben said it on the call, so I can say it. He said, once we produce 10 Crown Diamonds, he's going to add another rank. Folks, this is that opportunity that comes around once, twice, at the most 3 times in your lifetime. This is that one shot to make all of your dreams come true. But in order for that to happen, you must get uncomfortable. On that note, I'm going to wrap this up. You guys take care of yourself. Have an awesome Saturday. Let's go to work, guys. This is not the time to celebrate. This is not the time to be high-fiving each other. This is not the time to be applauding each other because we just did 700,000. Let's go to 1 million. Let's go to 1 million this year. Let's send a shot across the bow to this entire reckless industry and say, you know what? It's time for a change. The change is here. LiveGood is making a difference. Why? Because the average person is winning here at LiveGood. So if you want to go out there and help some people, you want to change lives, I always tell people this. I meet so many people, and I see you guys every time we post somebody getting promoted, all the congratulations. Listen, you're not going to help your church. You're not going to help society. You aren't going to make a difference by just going out here saying, I love helping people. Okay, that's great. How are you helping people? You want to help people? You want to change the world? It's help people win. And to do that, you have to win first. You have to lead by example. You want your team to go diamond? Go diamond. You want to go crown diamond? You go there first. You can't pull nobody up till you're up, right? So remember that, guys. This training was just totally amazing. I know I'm about to wear Facebook out. You guys are just totally awesome. I'm not sure we will have someone on next Saturday. I'll be in Palm Springs. I know my partner in crime, Desiree Ingram, will be in Palm Springs. Trish Costa. A lot of you are coming. If you haven't booked your ticket yet, get to Palm Springs. We'll be there. See you all next week. Those that show up, we'll have somebody on the training. I probably won't be here, but we'll get somebody to take over for us that isn't going to Palm Springs. And on that note, we're going to wrap this up. Guys, let's finish out the month strong. Nader put out a thing the other day. He challenged me and everybody else in the company, our director of network marketing. He said, this is September to remember. I want everybody to go get 5 brand new affiliates this month. So I'm going to challenge each and every one of you. Get you 5 affiliates this month. And it can be the beginning of changing your life. Get uncomfortable. Take care of yourselves. God bless everyone. And we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.